God with life down here to try to make it easier on you, because I know sometimes people can grapple with things. So I'm not trying to talk to you like you're a monkey. I'm just trying to help you out. That's all. So please don't get offended. I don't know your personality. I don't know anything about you. So like I said before, these videos can be very, very awkward for me because, I don't want to offend you, but at the same time, you know, I don't want to sit here and just kind of sidestep and walk on eggshells the whole time, because that's not fair to me either. So I'm kind of just stuck in a really unique place when I make these videos. So, anyways, I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm not trying to insult you by talking like trying to talk to you like like you don't have any intelligence or something. But but yeah, I mean, this stuff can be really, really confusing sometimes. So I'm just doing the best I can to really explain it the best way I can. Um, Let me see here. Things with God, things with God take time. It's a process like anything else. You don't just walk up to someone and get to know them. It takes time. Nothing different when it comes to God. God says all you need is faith. As small as a mustard seed. Um, Faith is simply taking God at His word. Now, faith, as small as a mustard seed, just means you don't need crazy, crazy faith. Of course, you want a lot of faith, but a lot of people think that you need some monstrous faith just to have God answer you or to have God acknowledge you. I mean, God knows everyone by name. God knows everyone, every single person on this planet. God knows everyone. He knows everything about you. He knows everything about me. He knows everything about everyone. Those that don't belong to him and those that do belong to him. Because at the end of the day, he created everyone. And he knows everyone. So, you don't have to have some crazy, humongous, full-grown, full, blown-out faith just to step in God's presence and have him answer a prayer or two. If you belong to him, you're his child. Whether you have a faith the size of a mustard seed or a faith the size of, whatever. It's not about the size of the faith. It's about the fact that, you belong to God. God is not like some parents on this planet where, let's say a father, has two sons and one's good at science and the other one's good at sports. A lot of fathers would pick either one depending on what they're into, probably sports. And so the artistic kid or the science kid or whoever this, whatever he's into is kind of excluded because the father is, even if he's doing it subconsciously, he's favoring this his sports son over, and he's not, you know, these two sons are not on equal footing to this guy because whether he realizes it or not, you know, he's favoring, and there's a good chance that this son is really picking up on that. And it happens. It happens every day. I mean, it didn't happen with me. I don't have any brothers. I have a sister. And I was always good at sports. So, whatever. I mean, my dad doesn't really get into sports. I was the athlete. I really was. I trained myself. I really got myself into it. I practiced by myself. I taught myself how to do everything. It was just something I loved doing. I never had any kind of real, anybody training me or influencing me. I mean, I just did everything myself. I spent hours doing it, and it is what it is. So, but so what I'm saying is I'm not using a personal experience. That did not happen with me personally, but it happens on this planet all the time, every day, in this neighborhood, in your neighborhood, all around the world. But God is not like that. God does not favor people. You can have a small amount of faith, or you can have crazy faith. Now, nobody wants a small amount of faith. You don't want to sit there and remain small the rest of your life. It's like I said, it starts off as a seed, but then it grows and grows, And again, there's nothing wrong with struggling at times. You open up the Bible, Mackenzie, and people struggle all the time with their faith. Even people that followed God himself struggled with their faith. Paul, I think it was Paul, one of God's followers, his faith was shipwrecked 3 times. And Paul is I believe it was Paul. Paul turned out to be one of the most famous characters in the Bible. And that guy's faith was shipwrecked 3 times. Now, of course, you don't want your faith to be shipwrecked. Absolutely not. But struggling with faith can be healthy because it can actually be a blessing in disguise. Of course, you don't want to embrace something like that. But if somebody does struggle, it is a, it could be a blessing. It could, because it could either lead you away from God or it could lead you to God. And again, nobody ever wants to struggle in that sort of way, but it happens with everyone. If you walk with God, you're walking with somebody who you don't fully understand. You never will, because yes, the Bible is accurate. The Bible is the Word of God, but the Bible does not. God just tells us, enough. But there's also verses in the Bible that say walk by faith, not by sight. If God gave you the full story, what's the point in having faith? Why have faith? At that point, faith is non-existent. Faith is there for a reason, because there's going to be a lot of times in your walk with God, things aren't going to make sense. And they're not just going to make sense for 1 or 2 days. They're not going to make sense for a long time. And there's going to be times where you're just going to have to stand on the Word of God regardless of what your feelings tell you. That's called faith. And if the Bible gave you the full story, then, again, if you knew everything from A to Z, then faith is non-existent, because you have it all right in front of you. So there's verses in there that say, walk by faith, not by sight. Faith is how you stay connected to God. Again, that's the Wi-Fi, that's the plug, that's the outlet, that's the plug in the wall. So, a struggle can be healthy. It really can. Again, you don't ever want to get there, but name one person in this world that has walked with God for a crazy amount of time and never struggled with their faith one time. There's it can be healthy. So, hold on. Wait a minute. So it's only 10:15. Wow, usually I'd be just kind of starting these videos now, but I'm already like an hour or 19 minutes in. So, I'm gonna probably upload this. It'll probably take me about an hour to upload. Hopefully my phone is compliant, because at that point maybe I can upload this in about an hour. So this will probably give me like maybe an hour and 38 minutes, or maybe a little bit over an hour and a half. So I'm probably looking at another 15 minutes here. And then I'll upload this. At that point, I'll probably have like 5 or 6 parts to upload. Because like I said, my cell phone can only do 15-minute increments. So another 15 minutes, so that would be around 10:30 to 10:35, and then 11:35. I'll do another hour and a half. Tomorrow's Saturday. I ain't doing nothing, Mackenzie. I'll just make you another video. You're probably out hanging out with somebody. I don't know, friends, a boyfriend, whoever. I don't even know what you do. But, I can still hang out with you, even though it's not really hanging out, but whatever. Maybe one day, maybe you are seeing these videos, and if you are, well, we can hang out or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Whatever works, Mackenzie. Let me see. Telling you something. Do you really believe? Wow. Okay, let me see. Hang on for a minute, Mackenzie.